from your perspective, when you get involved, you're more looking at it from what are the areas we need to develop and what are the areas we need to focus on, right? And is that something that you typically use right at the beginning of a session with someone to kind of assess them from that side, or is that on the company or the individual to ask for it?
Yeah, you don't need it. These are nice tools to use, but obviously it depends on like client budget. Generally, if someone is self-funding, they won't necessarily do the 360 or a psychometric. I actually always get my private clients profiled on the enneagram though, because again, I just find that quite.
Tell me about that.
Yes, the enneagram is it's actually very, very ancient.
Okay.
And it was brought more into kind of like it was reformulated, if you like, into personality profiling. So there are numbers 1 to 9, and there's different kind of tendencies and behaviours depending on your number. So for example, I'm a 7, so they're called the enthusiast or the eternal child. And so
Glad you've got that out there to the world.
You know, we're really enthusiastic, we're very optimistic, but the kind of like dark side is that actually a lot of the time there's this underpinning of fear, but our kind of coping mechanism with that is to constantly seek new experiences, stimulations, or almost like run away from the fear that we're feeling. And so for example, for the 1, the underpinning is anger, and their tendencies are perfectionism, and they get really angry when they see like something that it feels unjust to them. So again, the only reason I do this is so clients can see when these tendencies are playing out and actually, you know, realize, oh, okay, that's kind of a pattern or a behavior that might not be serving me. Like, how can I respond differently?
And then what's the method of that? How do you do it? How is it long? Is it how long?
So there's different ways you can do it, but ultimately there's like 12 questions, and you get someone to answer them. So one will be like, okay, what would you like written on your tombstone? And so they give like quite deep insight as to like the person and the personality, and then from these 12 questions you can decipher what number they are.
Really?
Yeah.
I might take you up on that afterwards and try it
right.
myself. The tombstone one, I'd probably just put my date and then, and that's it, and my name, right? I don't want anything else.
Oh, interesting.
What does that say? What does that say about me? I don't know.
Very modest.
Very modest. Yeah, that's what I do. But anyway, no, fascinating. Like, because you know, again, that's a whole another area around how you kind of assess people and think about people, and again, like, you know, the reality is there's so many different methods out there to do it. But ultimately, as far as I'm concerned, you know, if you're wanting to invest in yourself, these are the kind of things that you need to understand if you're going to develop and evolve as a person.